Hey guys! I'm going to give some commentary today on Vykas Hard Mode Gate 1 and some tips and tricks I've learned along the way doing this fight as a bard. I know that this is different from my usual videos, so let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in more videos like this in the future. Also, hit that like button if you do enjoy this video, and be sure to follow me on Twitch for some live support content. Anyways, jumping straight into it. If you've already done normal mode Vykas, hard mode isn't much different except that it hits much harder and you have the Velganos mechanic, which I'll explain later on. For my skills, this is my current build. Aside from my core skills, I'm opting for Rhapsody of Light. This skill is amazing for learning Vykas. I highly recommend using it. And Soundholic for some stagger damage. I'll leave a link to the build I'm using in the description as well if you're interested in that. So at 55 bars, the boss splits into two versions of himself, blue or purple. Blue party will be doing core mechanics, while purple party will be dodging attacks and going to the positions that blue party calls out. As a support, purple party can be a little more difficult to keep alive if your party is still learning the fight, since standing in his purple attacks isn't intuitive until you've practiced this fight more, and he also does massive amounts of damage. To help your party through this, pay extra attention to spreading out the shields you provide through Guardian Tune, Rhapsody, and Wind of Music. You can feel free to spam your heals as well unless your party is severely lacking DPS, as this party uses the damage side reel to even out the boss health bars. On the blue side, attacks are easier to dodge, and you can often stand in the 3 or 9 o'clock positions around the boss to easily provide shields and move to safe zones throughout the fight. At 49 health bars, he will do the color orb mechanic. You will have an assigned position and will need to have memorized the different pathing you'll take for your respective positions at 11, 1, 5, or 7 o'clock. There are only 2 paths for each position, so this isn't too difficult with some practice. Also, the 11 and 7 o'clock positions are a bit easier to complete due to often having shorter paths. So, if anyone is having trouble with this mechanic, consider having them on those positions. You also only need 3 people to successfully clear their orbs. And, as you can see here, I'm the last one to clear my since I had a longer path. So, my gate disappears and I'm able to eat the orb. I recommend taking the time to learn this mechanic thoroughly, memorizing both your pathing and the color the orbs flash in, which is red, blue, green, white, black, because 2 people missing an orb will wipe all of blue party and force you to reset the fight repeatedly. In hard mode, you can't time stop or shield through this wipe mechanic. I'll actually link another helpful video below if you're still having trouble with this that shows how to do each different path successfully. And after this mechanic is done, both blue and purple party can experience a Velganos mechanic periodically throughout the fight. This mechanic is unique to hard mode, and a support can help carry party members who mess it up. You know this mechanic is happening when the boss teleports to the middle of the room, and the red damage indicator fills the area except for a circle around the boss's feet. I recommend standing in the 11, 1, 5, and 7 positions assigned to you in the beginning for this. And as soon as the damage indicator goes away, run your orb all the way to that corner before absorbing it. The boss does massive AoE damage in a wide circle around himself during this mechanic, and standing in the AoE will kill you. If you accidentally eat your orb in the middle, immediately run out and do not try to complete the mechanic. To do this mechanic successfully, you eat the orb and pay attention to if the tornado is spinning clockwise or counterclockwise. You then quickly stand in each cone indicator, rotating in the correct direction. If you miss any of the 4 cones, you have failed this mechanic. Luckily, this mechanic just does flat damage and isn't a wipe. You can tell if anyone messed this up because they won't have the gold glowing aura around them. If you or any of your teammates don't have this aura, wait a couple of seconds and then use Rhapsody of Light on them for the 75% damage reduction. Paladins can do this also with Godsent Law. Your party has to act quick to group up with you for Rhapsody if they fail the mechanic, so be sure to remind people to be vocal if they need help. Also, keep your eyes peeled to see if anyone is missing the glowing gold aura around their character. And the final mechanic blue party will complete before swapping with purple is the stagger check into memory orbs. The boss will teleport into the middle of the room, and after a second, his stagger bar will become visible. Don't use whirlwinds or any stagger skills until you can clearly see this bar. Soundholic with the legendary Overwhelm rune helps out a lot here if your party lacks stagger. Immediately after this, everyone in the party will have either a blue or black orb above their head for the memory mechanic. 11 and 5 o'clock are always blue, and 1 and 7 o'clock are always black. Make sure that you trade places with your party members so that everyone is in the right spot before the mechanic starts. Afterward, watch and memorize the pattern of your corner and quickly eat the orbs before they touch the boss. You cannot time stop this if you fail, so try and move quickly. As soon as this ends, my party will need to tell Purple if they need to stand inside or outside for the white mechanic based on what we see under the boss's feet. In this instance, we told the Purple party that in was safe. And that's it for the blue mechanics. Both parties will keep DPSing until each boss hits 30 health bars. Once this happens, we all go to 6 o'clock to avoid the AoE damage that happens after the swap. Remember, in Purple Party, I'm just mindfully spreading out my shields to help any party members that are having trouble withstanding in the inverted attacks. Blue Party is going to deal with most of the mechanics, so Purple Party just needs to focus on dodging. And at 25 bars of the blue boss health, the Blue Party will tell us to stand in one of the cardinal directions based on which circle glows white for them. In this case, the right side orb was safe for my party. Afterward, at 13 health bars, the Blue Party will do the exact same stagger into memory mechanic that the first party did. After this, both parties will pump damage and continue doing the Velganos mechanics until 5 health bars when the boss goes into his mini berserk mode. I often like to save my awakening skill for this phase to help mitigate any rapid damage, although I don't in this run because my party is pretty tanky. Once both parties get the boss to 1 health bar, you've successfully completed Gate 1 of Vykas Hard Mode. I hope that this video was helpful for you guys and that you've been enjoying Legion raids as much as I have. Also, stay tuned for a Gate 2 and Gate 3 video of Vykas coming out soon as well. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.